All right, let's talk about the Pistons season opener. I told you guys either yesterday or this morning, and I was gonna do it yesterday. My stomach started hurting, so I only had opportunity for one live stream. So I went live on my other channel, but we here and we will cover the game after the game. If that make any sense. Today the Pistons will take on the Chicago Bulls. It doesn't, and I have a video before the game for sure. It doesn't have the same. It doesn't have the same pizzazz as it once was because of the injury to Cade Cunningham, which there was some videos of Cade moving pretty well. But they're gonna be cautious with Cade, and it ain't really a bad thing. I mean, the last few number one overall picks that got injured, they pretty good. I mean, Joel Embiid was really good. Ben Simmons is still pretty good. Say what you want to say about Ben Simmons. I mean, Markelle Fultz, I mean, he wasn't injured until then, but the guys that came in injured, I mean, usually, and most people might think that's a sign of a bad omen, but I mean, for the guys, Zion Williamson is pretty good. I mean, we can keep going on and on and on. So, like I said before, man, it's just to the point where ESPN just gave me a video idea. If I don't write my video ideas down, then I gotta think really hard about what they fucking were. Excuse my language, but yeah, I watched the games last night, man. If you want to know my opinion on the Lakers, you can check out my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV. I just uploaded the video on the Lakers. And I don't mind if you dip over there and watch the channel. It's all the same. I don't get caught up in when people go live or when you don't go live, whatever. It really don't make me no difference because I don't care if you watch the live or the replay. I appreciate you. And then we got a very generous donation yesterday, man. So I want to appreciate to the person that donated yesterday, a generous donation, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm not going to say your government name. He sent a message and, I appreciate somebody recognizing the hard work and paying. I appreciate it, man. So I appreciate you. Hopefully watching this. I say it a couple times a day. So like I said before, very generous donation. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys who donate. Best way to donate right now is thumbs up that video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, all the notifications button so you increase your chance of getting the notifications. But oh yeah, I supposed to be writing down that video. God, how deal. Okay, people probably ain't gonna like this video idea. Maybe some people will. At this point, people pissed off at Jared Goff. I think the price would be a little bit high, and maybe one day I'll get to maybe at the end of the season, or if I get fed up, I'll get to all the mistakes Brad Holmes made through this season. I don't know, but the line prediction video will be up today too. So I'm anticipating video wise, not live stream. I'm anticipating at least 2 videos. I got mine. I'm anticipating 2 line videos, the prediction video, and the one I just found. So be prepared. I mean, it might be a live stream video after the game tonight too. So I mean, just be prepared for that too. So as I'm talking, I'm trying to find the Pistons. Hold on. Here we go. There was any playoff baseball yesterday? I was caught up in basketball. Playoff baseball is like great. Hockey got the best playoff system for sure. Then I would say NFL one and done. Well, no, I mean, I guess you would have to say if you're talking about overall sports, you will legitimately have to say it is NCAA football. I mean, basketball. Well, March, man. But we talk about professional sports. The reason I give hockey the edge over I'm going to get started in a minute. Make sure I thumbs up the video. The reason I give hockey the edge over football is that it's a multi-round series, and it has the best feel of any playoff feel. Easy to have one and done and have a great playoff feel. Hockey has somehow mastered the multi-game series playoff feel. It's great. If I had to rank them, I would say hockey, football, professional, and then I would go with baseball is great too. That playoffs, man, great. I used to watch Barry Bonds try to get his rings. Tigers too. I like this roster. Salute. What's up, Josh? No rebounding though. Golf is trash. Yeah, unfortunately. We knew this before he got here. Some people wanted to remain optimistic, but it is what it is, man. I mean, if we lose every game, we lose every game. It ain't like we ain't been traumatized before. The bad thing about it is that we lose every game in the 17-game season. We make history. But, also for Cleveland, man, they say us in Cleveland has been destined to be cursed. And with Cleveland, they had a great roster. Now, it's potential that Baker Mayfield at some point may get season-ending shoulder surgery. And I was pulling for Cleveland, bro. This kind of give me hope for the Lions. But when you're talking about the Pistons, I mean, obviously we know what we dealing with roster-wise. I mean, you have no Cade tonight, but eventually you won't see Cade until, at least at the earliest, excuse me, my bad. You won't see Cade until at home until at the earliest. Let me double check that. You won't see him at home until Orlando. I believe that is November 2nd. So you got 3 straight road games. September 30th. If he play that game, I might slide, bro. I might slide there. I said tickets as low as $15. I might slide. You got 3 straight road games after Chicago. Some names. Philadelphia, Milwaukee coming to the D. Brooklyn coming to the D, all back to back. 2nd, 4th, and 5th. Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Brooklyn. Jalen Green, we won't see Jalen Green until December 18th. And that's a 12 p.m. game. We might have to do like a little group thing and slide to that. Sassy Green. No K means more touches for Killian. Hold on. Let me see something. 1 second. Okay. I thought my Zoom was messed up. He said, Mick said, no K means more touches for Killian, means guaranteed loss for the Pistons, right? I mean, you still do got Jeremy Grant. Maybe he may make a hold on. Maybe he may make an appearance and step up and get better. So don't count on Jeremy Grant. Don't count him out. But I mean, when you look at the roster, I mean, Diallo should be a little bit more comfortable. Obviously we'll see Hayes. So Josh Jackson's like he step up to the 2 guard. Bay, Grant, Stewart. So I mean, it's still room to be excited, honestly. And what some people don't know is that Sadiq Bey can handle the ball a bit. He can kind of be a point forward. He can do pretty much like a post. He can spot up. He can score a bit. He can facilitate. So don't sleep on if Killian struggle. Don't sleep on Sadiq Bey kind of handling the ball a little bit too. So I mean, like I said before, man, it's a talented young roster. All right, Hayes, Bay, Grant, Stewart, Jackson. Diallo, Saban, Lee, Frank Jackson. They're pretty young. So I mean, y'all can ask questions. That'd be better format. He said, "How many games would you get Killian Cade back?" Well, I'm not a fan of Killian. Well, we got to get Cade back for sure. We got to get Cade back for sure, man. But to me, if it's directly affecting the win-loss column, I don't give it much time. I don't give it much time. If it's like we losing games, but they making progress, or we gonna lose games regardless, cool. But we all know Killian Hayes. We all know Killian Hayes ain't really that good. Tried to state that before, and people say, "Well, give him a chance. He's still young," and this, that, the third, and now apparently he's still been struggling through preseason. So I mean, at the end of the day, if it's directing wins and losses directly, I don't give it much time. You know, it's like there's games that we in and we can win, and their parent is affecting the direct wins and loss column. No. Now, if we lose them regardless, cool. But at the end of the day, at some point, at some area, if Killian doesn't progress in the capacity that he should progress in, or a little bit progression, then you got to give up on him. And that's sending him on the G League, and that don't mean you giving up on him permanently. You have to give up on him as far as for the temporary and see if you can fix him. You know, and like I said before, I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan before the draft. I wasn't a fan when they drafted him. He can pass and defend, and the defense is probably what's going to keep him in this league. But like I said before, they think they can make it work. Think about if they would have took what's old boy name? The kid from Sacramento, Tyrese Haliburton. Man, you know, I didn't understand why they didn't take Haliburton. He said we need to split with the Bulls. We can't lose both games. They're a talented roster. So they're a talented roster for sure. Some people drinking that Kool-Aid. Killian needs to play this whole year before you judge him. Cool. I can dig it. Nope. I hope he changed my mind in a good way. Killian Hayes skill at 1, missing shots, turning over the ball, 2 turning the ball, 3 not taking the ball to the hole, wide open lane, 4 making sure his permed hair and nails get done. Yeah, he ain't the toughest. I didn't see it. I seen that he had issues handling the ball over there in France, but like I said before, hopefully he only 19, he can get better. Haliburton, yeah, that's what I was talking about. You know, so we obviously we have to wait and see, but there's more excitement than just Cade Cunningham not playing. You know, to the naked eyes, the casual fan is Cade Cunningham. Naturally, he's the number 1 pick, but also the progression of Bay, the progression of Stewart and Grant and Hayes, and how can they play defensively, team defense, and are they improving in team defense and individual defense, and if they're gonna take a step. You know, somebody said we don't have no rebound. I disagree with that. Isaiah Stewart is a beast on the boards. You know, and I think Stewart can defend the rim too. I'm not concerned about height and size. I mean, there's not a lot of 7-footers walking around the National Football League. I mean, National Basketball League. There's not a lot. I'm not concerned. Only person that concerns me is Joel Embiid. And Andre Drummond was damn near 7 foot, and Joel Embiid owned him like a mortgage. So I'm not concerned. People always make a big thing of Stewart not being tall enough. Ben Wallace wasn't tall. Ben Wallace was like 6'7" without his hair. So, you know, let Stewart, give Stewart a chance. Y'all keep saying give Killian a chance, but a lot of people saying, Stewart can't be a center. He's not tall enough. Well, he's still like only 19, 20 or 20-ish. You still grow. And he unmovable on that block, so I'm not really concerned about height. Same people saying writing Stewart off, put him on the bench, and put him at power forward. The same people saying that give Killian a chance. And Stewart is a well-rounded, a better well-rounded player for his position. He is. So it is what it is. Killian was playing at a low level, then straight to the NBA. Give him at least a year. We gave him a year last year. What are we talking about? We seen him. We seen him in the summer league. So I see what you're saying, but cool. Give Stewart a chance. Shit. Stewart showed more. Stewart showed more than Killian, and they threw Killian in there faster. You know what I'm saying? Stewart is a keeper. I say move to the 4, move going to the 3. No, I won't start Olynyk or Garza. Hell no. Stewart is a rim defender, rebounder. Olynyk is not that. Olynyk won't give you. He'll rebound the ball a little bit, but Olynyk will not give you rim defense. The way the NBA plays, name me a natural 4 out there who playing the 4. You want to say Anthony Davis, DeAndre Jordan start a couple minutes, and Davis switch right to the 5. So give me somebody out here who a natural 4 that started. Who? Tobias is really a 3. KD is really a 3. Nick Claxton ain't even a 5 for real. Stewart more of a 5 than Nicholas Claxton. Who else we got? John Collins. Okay, I'll give you John Collins is a 4. I'll give you John Collins. Sabonis, I guess. Sabonis really a 5, but okay. Sabonis, John Collins the 3rd. Giannis really like a 3. So I mean, how many natural 4s you got? How many Kevin Garnett's, Charles Barkley's, Rasheed Wallace's do we got in the league today? Not too many. Zach Randolph, Chris Webber, Juwan Howards. Who was the Bulls for? Dennis Rodman. How many true 4s are they still out there? John Collins. I think Julius Randle, he more of a 3 guys just playing the 4. So it's a couple out there, but it's not a lot. You see how they how they said they're not going to play Marvin Bagley the 3rd or 2nd, whatever his name is, how they phased him out. It ain't really too many true 4s in the league no more. Stewart is a 5. I have no issue with him playing the 5. I don't care about height. I seen Andre Drummond get owned by he almost the same height as Embiid. I seen him get owned by Joel Embiid. I seen it. Oh, they playing the video. Give me a minute. I seen him get owned by Joel Embiid. Not an issue. Charles Barkley was out there at 6'6" playing the 4. So, I mean, where do he lack at? I mean, he learned to shoot. I really ain't holding that against him. He learned to shoot. He's 20 years old. Just turned 20. What are we holding against him? Height? Ben Wallace wasn't that big. Do y'all remember Ben Wallace? Y'all want him to grow his hair out so he could be 6'10"? Did we not forget about Ben Wallace? And Ben Wallace was measured with his hair. It's quick how people want to say honor Ben Wallace and be happy back in the organization, but Ben was only like 6'8". Now 6'9" with hair. So come on. Look how decorated Ben Wallace was. Very decorated. And he was in the era with real 7-footers. Or let me say this, real true big fellas. Rasheed, Garnett, Juwan, Shaq, The Dream. He was in the era of Duncan, Robinson. Dave Robinson it is. He was in the real era with real tall big fella. Mutombo. I think Ben Wallace held his own. And not to forget, he dared the organization to give Stewart the cheat codes. To give him the shortcut. Come on. People looking at high, like, come on, what center really scares you that go against Stewart? Only one I'm really concerned about is Davis and Joel Embiid. They're the only ones that bother me. And then again, you look at Davis last night. Draymond was playing the 5. Bellantini was playing the 5. So Davis ain't really that dog in the middle. If I'm really concerned about somebody, it's Zion and Zion driving to the rack, LeBron driving to the rack, and Joel Embiid. That's it. Killian didn't have no son. He had one this year. He trashed. Until he changed my mind, Evil Kyrie gonna be trash in my brain. Offensively, defensively, he really good. KD's the boy to run the show. He be injured. He injured right now, so we gotta wait, Carl. Yes, let Cade be the number 1. Like bench Killian, start Jackson at the 2. What about Diallo too? I think Jackson, to me, Jackson kind of more of a Jackson for me is more of a he more of a 3 for some reason to me, but he can play the 2. It's interchangeable. Somebody cutting their grass. To me, he more of a 3, bro. I think they got Diallo at the 3. I think Diallo more of a 2 guard. Maybe the game played different. Maybe playing these videos all day. Why do Piston people care about? Why they playing Piston video? But yeah, he like 6'8". Like he more of a 3. His body type and his game scream 3 guard. And then he another guy who kind of can run he like a point forward. That's kind of his calling card. That's why I kind of didn't work in Phoenix. Because they had, Devin Booker and him was kind of fighting over the ball. Josh Jackson is at his best with the ball in his hand. If you notice, Josh Jackson is a rhythm guy. He put the ball on the floor, he get a shot, then he get hot. He's a rhythm shooter. That's why I like him as a three, but he can play the two. Yeah, Cade coming back, just not tonight. I agree. He said fear the fro. He said Cade, Grant, Jackson, Bay, Stewart, starting 5. I can see that. I just think Jackson might be the difference. I would like to see Jackson kind of staggered off with the second group. But he definitely can handle the rock. That's what people forget about Josh Jackson. He better with the ball in his hand. He's just not a scorer. He's just not a shooter or whatever you want to say. He really got the makings to be an all-star. He just needs the opportunity to have a ball in his hand. I think he can do exactly what Jeremy Grant did last year. I think he can do exactly what Jeremy Grant did. He can average 20, but I think he better at it. I think he can shoot 25 and probably 5, 27 and 7 or something like that. He that type of player, but he got in his own way. He responsible. He responsible for his own career and his own actions. He got in his own way. He started getting money and doing ignorant shit, and he got in trouble at Rolling Louds, and he had to start over. And thankfully for us, he messed up and he was able to come back home. Usually when somebody got in troubles off the or somebody having troubles off the court, they don't come back home. You know what I'm saying? They don't come back to the crib. So, for him, it's starting to work. I think he learned his lesson. Maybe his parents hollered at him and he needed to fly straight. This is, even though this is one of the probably the greatest job in the world. I mean, it's easier to get in football. It's easier to get in Major League Baseball. It's easier to get into any other sport. Tell me I'm lying. It's easier to get into baseball, football. Football got, on any given Sunday, football got 63 spots plus the practice squad. Come on. Baseball, they got the farm system. Basketball is a tall man sport. Basketball is the hardest professional sport to get into in America. It's a fact. It's a fact. The only thing that kind of put football closer is because football don't have a farm. They don't have a farm system. Hard away for L. How many games do you think the Pistons will win if everyone stays? I don't really have any high expectations. But if you give me a number, what they playing 82? I would say around the 30 mark. The 30 mark. They came to finally cut the damn grass. Cut my grass while you at it. Shit. Putting up with they shenanigans. But yeah, I say around the 30 mark. Around the 30 mark. Sorry for them cutting the grass. That's what I would say. If you want me to say Mark, I think the 30 mark. That'd be a kind of round where they may win now. People talking playoff, that's predicated on Cade Cunningham. And if they let Cade run the show. That's what playoffs mean. Cade Cunningham run the show and make people better. And really, I think that's the only expectation for Cade Cunningham because Jalen Green is going to get the green light special. We do know that. Jalen Green is going to get the green light special, bro. Jalen Green going to be able to do all the work. He's going to get the steak hoagie from Philly with all the works. Real talk. He is going to be able to have the green light. And it'll be so Detroit Pistons for them not to get Cade the green light. To put Cade in the structure and make him struggle in the backcourt with facilitating and handling the ball with Killian Hayes. And then he going to get frustrated. You got to get this kid the ball. Whenever he's healthy and whenever he get in shape, he got to hit the ball. And we got to get up and down the court. That's going to give him the best chance to make the playoffs. There's running guys about the gym. Like I said before, Mike D'Antoni will get them to the playoffs with a healthy Cade. But he won't get you to the championship, though. Yeah, switch coaches, but they got the fire to get up the court. D'Antoni had fun with this team. Olenek popping off for three. Stewart starting to shoot the ball. He had to do wonders with Stewart and Cade Cunningham in pick and roll. Shit. He said, babe, man, this would be a perfect team for D'Antoni to get to the Eastern Conference Finals in like 5 years. Shit, maybe even 3. This would be a perfect team. And people say, I know you're not advocating Mike D'Antoni. No, man. I don't like him neither. But if you give D'Antoni this team after next year draft and they get another high pick, was Jalen Hardy, whatever, they get a chat or something. Man, I'm telling you, bro, this is a perfect team for Mike D'Antoni, dude. You got 3 good defenders out there on the wings. Jackson, Kip for 5'4". Jackson, Grant, Bay, and Hayes. Hayes probably can't play in his system. And then you got a good facilitator scorer in Cade Cunningham. And if you get Killian to at least get a floater and some handles, he can bag him up. And then you got Olenek who can stretch the floor. Then you got Stewart who can play in the pick and roll. All he got to do is just, pop and hit the low 10 to 15 footer that Amari used to hit. Man, he had y'all Pistons in the champion. He had y'all Pistons in the playoffs next year. He had y'all Pistons in the playoffs. He'll turn Cade into a triple-double. Cade probably be an MVP candidate. Fucking with D'Antoni. Because everybody young enough to get up and down the floor. If you just talk about it, you probably have Stewart, B.O. Stoudemire, Bay of B.O. Sean Marion, right? Jeremy Grant to kind of be like Joe Johnson / Tim Thomas or something like that. He do more than Tim Thomas and then K to be your one. But then again, we got to fire him so we can win the championship, though. I get it. What are they missing to be in? Just experience. Young experience, team defense, individual improvement. The talent is there, but they got to tap into their potential. And also they missing the coach. Yeah, better coach. Yeah, they missing the coach. Dwayne Casey. It is what it is. But Casey should be preaching team defense, transition defense, and transition offense. They shouldn't really be in the half court this season. With they starting 5, it shouldn't be no half court. It should be nothing but getting up and down the court. Pressing, trapping, half court trapping, full court press, light full court press. They should really be a great defensive team, a great transition team. Even if they only win 20, 25 games, 30 games, 15, 10 games, I know they won't be that low. Even if they only win those amount of games, they should be fun to watch. He said, who on the team reminds you of Villanueva? Man, nobody. Charlie wasn't bad, bro. He wasn't bad. He got overpaid. He wasn't bad. Charlie Vico, who remember when Kevin Durant talked about his alopecia? He was ready to fight Kevin Durant. Garnett. It was Garnett. He also told Carmelo that Lala tastes like honey nut Cheerios. Remember Carmelo got up on he tried to get up on the Celtics team bus. Y'all remember when Anthony Peeler elbowed Kevin Garnett? Are y'all old enough for that? Kevin Garnett was my favorite player, bro. Him and Allen Iverson is my 2 favorite players. Allen Iverson being first. Allen Iverson. That's he probably like the one person I would freak out. He'd probably be the only person I freak out of celebrities. That's including Denzel Washington and all them. He's the only person I'll probably freak out meeting. That's it. He the only person that I would freak out meeting, bro. I already seen Barry. I seen Barry. Remember they used to have Champs the restaurant in West Bloomfield? I already seen Barry Sanders. But Allen Iverson, yeah, he bowled the shit out of back in the day. Allen Iverson, oh yeah. Yes, sir. Remember he bowled him. Who remember this? He bowled the shit out of KG ass. KD trying to be gangster. People always talk about Chris Childs and Kobe. This was a funny ass moment. He said Pistons with Cade running the show 45 with Killian. I don't think 40-45 is realistic, even with Cade running the show. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. You got to give him a chance. I don't know. I got to see him, bro. Got to see him. Because the most important part of winning 40 games is Cade facilitation, if that's a word. Him facilitating the basketball. If he can facilitate it at a high level, we know he can shoot. Because, him not being that athletic, he being athletic, but him, how long would it take him to get used to the length and the speed of the National Basketball Association, right? That's the only thing. You got to understand these guys, Killian is still getting acclimated to the speed and length, the physicality. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not as physical as it was when he was getting elbowed. But that's it. once Cade kind of learned how to get his shot off and how to be crafty, you know what I'm saying? He reminded me of Paul Pierce, more athletic, not the greatest athlete, but Paul Pierce just knew how to get his shot off. And I think Cade Cunningham is going to be that type of player in the National Basketball League. He's not going to blow by you. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get somebody. He gonna kind of dribble past you, stop, absorb your contact. He's just gonna be a really crafty scorer. Jalen Ramsey is going to probably be a more explosive scorer, but the biggest difference for Jalen Ramsey. What's his boy name? What's his name? Jalen, whatever his name. Jalen Green. Excuse me. The biggest difference between Cade and Green is going to be obviously organization, obviously work ethic, dedication, all that type of stuff, health, luck, blessed, whatever it may be. But the biggest difference is Cade Cunningham is able to showcase his playmaking ability and he's able to make his teammates better. He's going to have a better jump of success. He's going to have a faster jump of success than Jalen Green. We've seen guys like Kobe Bryant. When Shaq left, he turned into a scoring machine, but it didn't really amount to wins. When you have a pure scorer, they don't make nobody better, okay? Especially if they don't pass the ball. Because when you're a pure scorer, we seen Steph Curry last night. He was getting triple team, double team. They was facilitating the ball, and the Lakers was hard. It was hard for the Lakers to recover after they was trapping the double with Steph. That's the biggest key. Cade has to showcase his playmaking ability to win basketball games. And if he's able to showcase his playmaking abilities, getting up and down the court, playmaking, facilitating, getting the rebound, they able to run, he's going to have more success than Jalen Green early on. Now, if they both just turn into scorers, it's going to boil down to organization. I can agree with KG being one of the best FS. He said, what you think, Phil, about DeAndre Ayton's situation? And you see him. Oh, yeah, I got to write that video down here, too. I forgot I was supposed to do that video. I appreciate you for reminding me. Let me write that in my notes. Write that in my notes. Hold on. Okay, I can't give you how I think he fit here. I just think it's a situation where he see everybody else like Buddy Hield getting the max. He said, I'm better than Buddy Hield. My number's better than Buddy Hield. Like I said before, he's a dying breed in this league. He's a dinosaur. In the finals, he didn't do his job as a rim defender. In the finals, he didn't do his job, and that's the biggest issue. Had he defended the rim, the Suns would have been more competitive with Milwaukee, and he didn't defend his rim. And obviously, defending Giannis is a different animal. Definitely. Giannis is on a different level. So, had he defended the rim, he would have got paid, even if they lost. Okay, that's the truth. The Bulls gonna run on is tonight. Bulls gonna run on. Well, I didn't get it. Look at what he did to Jalen. Yeah, but it's different though. It's different now. Now would a veteran say, you know what? We're gonna turn the ball over to him. That's different. We're going to turn the ball over to him. If they do, it's gonna be nasty. You're right. He's probably gonna win Rookie of the Year. Also, do you think Killian could be Jason Kidd or Tony Parker type of player once he hits his development floor? I think he got more Kidd defensively, height, length, playmaking. He just got to develop the dribbling. Once he developed the dribbling, he'll be a poor man's Jason Kidd. Keep the questions coming. Once he develop the dribbling, that's it. That's the key. The dribbling. And Jason Kidd worked very, very hard on his jumper throughout the years too, to be one of the all-time most three-point making guys ever. He worked very hard at that. So Killian get the handles, it's over with. But that's it. In and out. Through the leg. He get the handles, man. It's a wrap. But he got the body. A little bit taller than slightly taller than Kidd. But Kidd had them handles, man. Kidd had them handles, bro. It was different. Kidd goes da 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 da. He got the playmaking. You know, that's what Ben Simmons supposed to be like, a bigger Jason Kidd. He just ain't working hard enough on his shot. That's it. They called him Ace Kid because he didn't have a J. Cruel. So that's it. That's it. The handles is the key. The handles and just getting like a little set shot. You know, John Morant, you know, he get a set shot. It's over with. John Morant learned to come off that pick and roll, and he got a set shot. He got to learn to speed up his shot up a little bit. Once he learned to speed his shot up a little bit, you know, it's a wrap. Killian more like Lonzo Ball. I mean, yeah, people compare Lonzo Ball to Jason Kidd too. Now Lonzo starting to shoot. Right on the comparison, what do you believe Sadiq ceiling would be compared him to? Rashard Lewis? Maybe. You know, they said he smashed LeBron's wife. That was a rumor. But yeah, you know LeBron be cheating too, man. Mikey just cover up his shit. Rashard Lewis, maybe. Yeah, I could think of Rashard Lewis. Who else out there? I just think he got so much more to offer that they not tapping into. But like Rashard Lewis, I think that's another one. That's the first name that came to my mind. I think you could probably compare him to Tobias Harris too. I just think he a better overall shooter than Tobias Harris. I think that's the first thing that come to mind. First thing back in the day. But yeah, that's the first thing that come to mind. He got that shot. Best player to come out since LeBron. You can't really say Cade right now. Got to let him prove it, but it would be Zion. But it ain't no wins in that win-loss column. So I like Zion Williamson. You know, he trying to get out of there, though. He already injured, so if I say since LeBron, Joel? Would you think it'll be Joel? I don't know. I just looked at the number one pick list. A lot of talent. It should be Karl-Anthony Towns. Shit, he just ain't tough. Rez Boomini. Hope I said that right. How are you going to develop Killian? I mean, yeah, you can. You know, it's more about Killian. Take him, him and John Beeline should just work together. In and out drills, handle drills. They should bring in lethal shooter for him. But yeah, of course you can develop them. You can stagger their minutes. You know what I'm saying? You can get Cade the ball and just make Killian. I don't know what Killian would do. Spot up and shoot. I don't know. But, I think you can develop one of them outside the starting lineup. And then when, Cade is ready and when Killian ready, you can mesh them. They can definitely work together. It's just that Killian at least got to spot up and shoot. He got to be Ed Roberson or he got to be Bruce Bowen. You see what I'm saying? That's it. He just got to sit on that wing and pull it, and eventually the counter to spotting up is being able to put the ball on the ground and get to the rack. That's all he need is the set shot, bam, pump fake, and drive to the rim and finish at the rack. Once you get that in a floater, they'll be fine. They're not a finished product, but I think you develop Killian behind the scenes and let Cade learn the job. You try to let Killian learn the job last year. Do you believe guards would be a Jokic type player? I better also agree with Tobias Harris in comparison as well. I just think Bay a little bit got more of a little bit more of a shooter in them than Harris. But yeah, Harris more of a scorer. But they kind of remind me of each other a little bit. But I don't really know about Jokic. Honestly, I can't really say about Jokic yet. But if he continued to pass well, he continued to people talking about he can't defend. Well, neither Jokic ain't a rim defender neither like that. You just got to be willing. I think I don't know about better, but yeah, I never really thought about the comparison. I didn't know he could shoot. I swear to God, I didn't know he could shoot like that, bro. It might be. He kind of shoot the ball like Jokic too, bro. If he develop into Jokic, man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Then you had to move Stewart to the fall. Casey got to go. The Pistons' new look offense. I like how I mentioned Casey drink too many pet milkshake smoothies. What? Cade, Josh, Bay, Grant, Stewart. Cade, Bay, Grant, Jackson at the end of the day, getting Mercer. Yeah, I can see that. I like Diallo too, man. Diallo can defend. Diallo get a jump shot, man. He might be a jump shot way of starting. He might be. He might be right there. Who knows? But yeah, keep going with the questions. At this moment, how long do you think it will take Pickett to be a solid player? I'm probably not long. He might contribute right away, but yeah, it probably takes some time to get used to the speed and the other guys. But yeah, I think he'll be a contributor. I'm glad he made the team. Christian Wood, it took a half a season to get playing time, and it was pretty good. But just can never stay healthy. May won the Dr. J award when he came out of college. Cool. Julius Erving was something different. He had the Michael Jordan claws. Remember he went he took the ball behind the whole backboard and freaked it into the rim. Dr. J was special. He was special. I forgot they had Trey Lyles. If you are in the top 20 next year, man, I'm trying to be in the lottery. I'm trying to get, I don't know. I like Chet. Keep hearing about this Hardy guy. Let's see. College basketball about to kick off pretty soon. Ain't it like right the week of Thanksgiving or slightly before the week of Thanksgiving? Yeah. You do all the tournaments and stuff. So, I'm a Michigan fan. So, Michigan number 6 in the country right now starting off. So, we'll see. Can Jawan deal with expectations now? Because he's starting to get some good recruits. So, gotta mesh it. But yeah, we'll see. Bay is ready to take the next step as a star. Hopefully, he take a step as a star. They probably make the playoffs. People don't know he can pose, he can facilitate, he can dribble. So we gotta see any other questions. Hold on. But other than that, man, I think overall for the season, I'd be nice to say around in the 30s as far as wins if they're healthy. We just gotta wait and see what they do with Cade. Not gonna get a better gauge, but I think they'll get Cade the ball and they'll figure it out. And I just want to see him. I want to see him in a lot of pick and rolls. I want to see him getting downhill like Luka, stop and pop, facilitate. I want to see his talent. Even in the summer league, I didn't really get a chance to see his talent. I want to see his true talent, not him as a spot up shooter. I want to see him as a scorer. I want to see him as, you talk about scoring. It's not just shooting, scoring. It's attacking the rim, mid range, and finishing at the rim. Your pull-up game, your stop and pop, your post. I want to see his array of offensive talents, and I want to see him in a position to be able to space the floor and to make people better. I want to see him be able to get up and down the floor. I want to see when Killian had a ball or Grant had a ball or Bay had a ball, I want to see him post up on smaller guys. I want to see one thing you excited about, if it's Jackson, Killian, Diallo, I want to see the length and team defense. You know what I'm saying? I want to see them, really fight, use their length and fight. Don't switch and fight over screens and use their length and pick and rolls. And I want to see Stewart defend the rim and prove to you guys that he can be a really good 5. You know, I want to see Olynyk and guards come off the bench and Lyles come off the bench and stuff of that nature. So I want to be able to see the number one thing I want to see other than outside of Cade do. I want to see this team defense. That's what I want to see. I want to see Grant go back to being one of the better defenders in the league. That's what I want to see. And I think I want to see the team defense. The length is crazy, bro. That's one thing people don't realize. The length is fucking crazy. So they don't have to switch, bro. They can fight over screens with that length. They can trap with that length. They can switch if they want to with that length. You know, when they play off the pick and roll, once they learn to play team defense and communicate and understand where everybody's strength and weakness is at, that defense is going to be nasty. That if they do win 40 games, that's going to be one of the major reasons behind Cade being able to run the show. They team, you know, and you develop team defense by repetition. You know, practice reps, game reps. So don't expect the team defense to be great right away, especially with a lot of young guys. But it's repetitious. And once they start communicating and getting used to each other, see where they strong and weak at, it's gonna be better. What star would you look for in free agency now? No, I wouldn't look for any next year. I'll continue to let the young talent weed itself out. Who we gonna keep? Who we gonna pay? Who we not gonna pay? You know, I really wouldn't focus on spending cap money when you got this young team. I wouldn't look at no stars. Like I let the stars develop themselves. And you know, after next year, then we'll make the determination to get started. But you know, I like Ben Simmons, like I said before. You know, I think he'll fit here with all the shooting. But I want to see Cade facilitate more to Killian got off the bench. Yeah. But yeah, like I said about Ben Simmons, man, like he'll be a great fit. Here, New York, just got the shooting, bro. The shoot when you gotta have Ben, you gotta have the shooting. You know, you put him in there with Olynyk, Garza, Lyles. I mean, Stewart. I'm pretty sure him and Stewart will work because him and Joel will work. But like I said before, I think New York City would be a great fit for him. You want to New York, Atlanta, great fit. You know, but you don't want to put him in a situation like Westbrook and LeBron. You know, who put him in somebody who need the ball, who had exclusively had a ball. But like I said before, I think Atlanta and the Knicks are great fits for him. Excellent fits for him, man. And you know, maybe the Warriors too. I think it's time to move on from Draymond. Draymond be good with the Pistons too. I would like Draymond too. Can you imagine Draymond, you know, showing Cade Cunningham the ropes? And him establishing that tough culture in Detroit, Draymond would be perfect with the Pistons. He'd be absolutely. But wait till y'all see Jonathan Kuminga, bro. I'm excited to see him play in the regular game when he get healthy. Hayes got to become a scorer. I think he just got to become a shooter, Travis. I think he got to be able to become a shooter. He got to just be able to spot up and shoot. If he's going to play off Cade, if he's going to run the show, yeah, of course, he got to be able to attack the rim. That's one thing Kid can always do. Kid can always get to the rim. And that's odd. You see a lot of guys they always can get to the rack. You notice that stuff. A lot of guys can always get to the rack. I've never seen too many guys to get drafted that high who couldn't get to the rack. You ever notice that? I ain't seen too many guys. I always see, guys always be able to get to the rack. I've never seen nobody not be able to get to the rack and then on that top of that not be able to shoot. He got to be able to attack. Name three players we should draft now. Oh, I got to look at them. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't that versed in recruiting no more. So I know the Chet guy, Chet from that played with Master P Kids. So that's the only one I really know. So I used to be way more into recruiting. You know, as you get older, you have other responsibilities. But I definitely watch college basketball, especially since, you know, to be honest with you, I used to watch Beeline and them for sure. But I was kind of more into John Calipari because remember he had recruited Chris Douglas Robertson. I used to love watching them. But he always watched Michigan. Tommy Amaker. John Beeline was a really great coach. So shout out to John. I used to watch John Beeline when he was at West Virginia with Pissnoggle. People forget when he had Pissnoggle. You know, so I think Bobby Huggins down there now. I mean, I always like college basketball. Any more questions? For real, past the first mentality has to go. I mean, that's just him as a basketball player. You can't change that. You just got to make them into either a willing shot, a shooter, or you start when you teach somebody to shoot the basketball. You start from the inside out. And I see them trying to practice, make him practice shooting threes. That's not the way. You practice from the elbows, off the block, bank shots. That's how you supposed to do it. Your percentages are higher when you shoot closer to the rim. So that's the big thing about it. That's the huge thing about it. So close you is to the rim, start them off on that Tim Duncan bank shot. Your form started to get compromised when you learn to shoot the farther you are away from the bucket. Don't forget that. Your form started to get compromised. So you start off from the closest off the block, bank shot. Sometimes you start off from the front of the rim. You get that arc, and they got the drill for the big man where it's kind of like you skipping. I can't really explain. It's kind of like you skipping. You rebound the ball yourself. You lay up with your left hand, rebound, lay it up with your right off the opposite foot of the hand. So yeah, there's a lot of drills they can show him. I would just hire a lethal shooter and see what he can do with them. But as far as driving to the rim and being confident, that's something that they got to deal with too. Driving to the rack and being physical is a mindset. It's a mindset. And it seemed like sometimes he don't have that mindset. So I gotta wait and see. Hold on, got another question. So Mike and Drill. That's is that what it's called? Mike and Drill. Yeah, I think it might be what it's called. Off the drip bench, Diallo, Joseph, Garza, Lennox, Saban Lee. What about your boy Frank? Y'all boy Frank Jackson. What about old Frankie? Everybody seems to be excited about Frankie. So we'll see. But any more questions? 21 questions. Now I heard weed whacking now. You need to come cut that grass a lot sooner. But I mean, overall, he said, "What coach can take it to?" I don't know about the championship, but I think Mark Jackson is the next coach. Maybe they hired Jerome Allen. They got from Boston as the assistant coach to be the next head coach. Yeah, I think he might line up to be the next head coach. He had some issues at the Ivy League school. Was it Penn? So hopefully those are already, people forgive him. They won't forget that and get another opportunity. But I think Mark Jackson would be the perfect coach. I like Mark Jackson. I think he deserves another chance, but I don't know if you get him. He got a good job on ESPN, so it ain't the worst. Ain't the worst thing. So he did the interview with Shannon Sharp a couple weeks ago, so it's gonna be interesting to kind of see his what happens and stuff of that nature. But they said he was trying to turn atheists into Christianity and forcing his religion on people. That's one thing that you don't do in the workplace. You don't talk politics and you don't talk religion. Remember that. You don't talk politics and you don't talk religion. Those tend to spark up debates with people want to throw hands, and people want to beef. Trust me, keep your personal views to yourself. So here we go. That depth chart is messed up at the one. Yeah, it's a positionless league, so I'm not really concerned about Killian. Frank Jackson, Killian, you can add them off the bench. Agreed. They need to give us more media talk this year. Of course, do we have any national televised games? If the number one pick went to Houston, they had hella national television. Yeah, we do. We play Houston on TV. Yep, NBA TV, Philly. NBA TV, OKC. Golden State Warriors, NBA TV. NBA TV, Orlando. That's it. Usually they get these number one picks and they go right on syndicated TV, national TV. I mean, it is what it is. When do he fire? I think Casey might get promoted within the organization, so he might get a front office role. I'm going to the game tonight. Shout out to Alex. He tried to warn me about Jordan Poole coming this year, and he did. He came in the ride. Let me know how the game is. It'd be sweeter if Cade was playing for you. They say Zion Williamson reached north of 300 pounds this offseason, and the Pelicans officials were struck by his look. Crazy. If they smart, they feature Zion, let him get a whole bunch of great stats and flip him for as much as they can get. That's what I'd do. I'd have been traded his ass. Fuck that. My boy Killian can return to France. Oui. Killian say, man, he a United States citizen. He was born in Lakeland, Florida. He like, I'm a U.S. citizen. I just was raised in France. So if Killian committed a felony, he ain't got to force deportation. He ain't got to face deportation. Oh, yeah, man. We have to wait and see, man. But will he come out and get a triple-double tonight? He put up like 30, 10, and 12 or something like that. Y'all gonna be singing his praises. Y'all gonna forget about Cade Cunningham for a second. Zion been spending his NBA earnings at the grocery store. We all knew that, man. He ain't gonna have no long career. He gonna be like Larry Johnson. He ain't gonna have no long career, and that's his fault. Young and dumb. You would think he'd be You would think he'll talk to LeBron about how to manage his weight and his muscle, but if they smart, they flip him like a brick. Are you set? Me and my dad's seats this season are right behind the visitors' bench. So tonight I'll be sitting right behind Savine, Zach LaVine, and DeMar DeRozan. Yeah, talk some shit. No, don't talk too much shit. Want to see on ESPN? We trade Killian, Stewart, Grant, and 2 for Zion. Man, shit, they about to get the house for Zion in the garage, in the Ferraris and Bentleys in the garage. Shit. Nike and the NBA gonna dictate where he go. He going to New York. He going to New York with the Knicks, or maybe Boston, the Knicks, or somewhere out in California. They want him to be in a big market, but him getting up to 300 pounds, like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, your family got a lot of say so about, you being in Orlando, you being in New Orleans and the Pelicans, right? They got a lot of say so about what you should and they need to put a winner. But how about you do your part and come in shape? You feel me? How about you come in shape and do your part, man? You being over north of 300 pounds and you do all that jumping and shit, man. He not gonna have a long career. He put up these great numbers. He gonna be a Grant Hill story, a T-Mac story, a Yao Ming story. And just because, and it's hard, bro. You understand playing basketball is one of the highest burning calorie routines you can do. Running up in the court. So, I mean, what is you doing? Did y'all see that Mountain Dew commercial that he was in? Hold on. Did y'all see that commercial? He looked like 300 plus pounds. Hold on. Oh, he looked 300 pounds in this commercial. Bro, I was just looking at the commercial today. Look. Hold on. Oh, let me pull this up. Look at this nigga. He looked 300 pounds. 1 second. Look at him. Look. Look how big he look. Need to control his weight. None of my concern. Shit. Killian looks the part, but looks and performance are two different things. Casey is one of the best coaches in the league. He won Coach of the Year, got fired. We can win with him. He allows Cade to run the show. Okay, we'll see. We'll see, but it'll be back later. Appreciate y'all. Peace. Don't forget to find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach out if you got a business question, inquiry, response, or video quest. All the social media links in the description. Twitter's the fastest way, than Facebook and Instagram. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Best way to donate. Thumbs is up. Share the video, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon, all notifications. Increase your chance to get on notifications when I go live and drop a video. He said Sean Kemp, perfect example. Sean Kemp. Appreciate y'all. Peace.